Welcome to the Explainer. Sometimes the most fascinating stories aren't in the big official history books. They're tucked away in the margins, in little fragments, like a single page of old class notes. And that's exactly what we're doing today. We're going to decode these notes to uncover the hidden story of Spain during World War II. So let's dive in and see what secrets they're hiding.
And right out of the gate, our source material hits us with the central question. Officially, Spain was neutral, but these notes, well, they seem to be hinting at a much different story. It's like a little historical detective case, and we're going to follow the clues together.
Okay, so to figure out what Spain was doing during the war, we've got to understand who was calling the shots. And that brings us to the man at the very center of this whole thing, Francisco Franco. Our notes don't really mince words here, do they? Francisco Franco, totalitarian dictator. Not a president, not a prime minister, his power was absolute. But the real clue for us is how he got that power in the first place.
Now this is where it gets really important. Look at that middle column. Franco didn't win the Spanish Civil War all by himself. His key supporters were Fascist Italy and Nazi Germany. The two countries that would soon become the heart of the Axis powers. That connection is absolutely crucial, so remember that.
And that connection brings us right back to our main mystery. I mean, with friends like those, how could Spain possibly have been neutral? This is where these notes start to get, well, a little weird. Just look at this. It doesn't say stayed neutral. It says stayed sort of neutral. The spelling, the capitalization, all of it's strange. It feels less like a historical fact and more like a whispered secret, something that's meant to tell you the official story isn't the whole story. It's a massive red flag. Exactly. That's the question you have to ask, right? Sort of isn't a diplomatic term. It implies there's a difference between what they were saying publicly and what they were doing privately. So, what exactly were they doing? And there it is. The notes just lay it right out for us. Spain secretly, or not so secretly, helped the Axis. This one line just blows that whole idea of neutrality right out of the water. And I love that little addition, not so secretly, which suggests this was kind of an open secret at the time. Franco was basically paying back the debt he owed his allies. But believe it or not, the story doesn't even end there. According to these notes, maybe the most damning evidence of where Franco's loyalty really was comes after the war was already over. So, picture it. It's 1945. The war in Europe is done. The Axis powers have been defeated. Their leaders are gone. Their countries are in ruins. But Francisco Franco? He was still very much in power in Spain. And as our notes are about to show us, he had one last huge favor to do for the very allies who helped him get there. And there's the smoking gun. After the war, Franco helped those same Axis leaders flee Europe. This wasn't just, looking the other way. This was an active, deliberate effort to help war criminals escape justice. If there was ever any doubt about where his allegiance was, this erases it completely. So here's the bottom line. When you follow the clues in these simple notes, a very clear picture comes into focus. Spain's official neutrality? It was a mask. From his rise to power thanks to Axis support, to his not-so-secret help during the war, and finally, to giving Axis leaders a getaway route after it, Franco's Spain was an Axis ally in everything but name. It really makes you wonder, doesn't it? If one page of somebody's class notes can totally reframe a country's role in the biggest war in human history, how many other official stories out there are just waiting for someone to take a closer look? What else is hiding in the margins?